Oh shit, 753. A couple more subscribers. All right.
Apparently it says excellent connection, so I'm only getting like 2 or 3 bars on my Wi-Fi. Fuck it. Oh, we're live? I think we're live, ladies and gentlemen.
Already?
All right, let me mute us.
Against the Ropes podcast.
Against the ropes, number one.
Ali won't extend himself while out against the ropes, but Ali smells blood.
Against the ropes. All right, Mayweather back into the ropes.
Cities and a man who I hate, I pity him like a branch Davidian. Got skills, got stamina, got hands of stone like the champ from Panama.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Against the Ropes podcast. Gio Garcia here alongside Christian Mosqueda. And we have our friend Lily joining us from Xicana Boxing. Right, hello, Lily. And you're here, Max Kellerman, in the background.
I was gonna say that. I was like, that's Max Kellerman.
Really? Okay. I was thinking you were bringing like a Roy Jones song, but I was like, that doesn't sound like Roy.
No, man.
So, damn, Max.
It's Max right there.
He actually wasn't that bad. He was alright. He wasn't bad. He's a smart dude. I think he knows how to put lyrics together. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get started. What is this, 103?
103, yeah.
103, man. What's up, Lily? How's it going?
So far, so good. Same difference. Same quarantine, different day.
You got a new setup there, new mic and everything, sounding clean, huh?
Yeah, I know. I finally got a decent microphone, so y'all better watch out.
Yeah, for real. How many episodes are you at, Lily? About, you probably lost track too.
Yeah, I stopped doing it last year because I was busy, but I don't know. I'm trying to get familiar with this and then figure it out.
Oh yeah, now we were telling you like we miss I miss going on your live and like dropping questions and piggybacking off of other people's questions. I was like, man, I miss your show. So yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like I miss doing lives too, and I feel like right now there's two types of people right now. There are people that are like trashing online content, like, oh, you guys are boring now. Everybody wants to start a podcast or shit like that. And there's other people who are like, we have nothing to do, so just give us content we can consume. So, gotta do what you gotta do.
True.
Which one are you? You're the one who consumes the content?
Depends what I'm feeling that day. Just kidding. I love podcasts and stuff, so I'm like all over the place.
What's up, little guy?
Hello.
It's not Mason, it's the other one. I forget
That's
his
Aiden,
name.
yes.
Aiden, there you go.
Let me tweet that
He's
we're
like,
live because
hey.
I didn't know we were gonna be live. I thought I was gonna be.
Wait, how are you talking?
Oh my God! Shush.
That's a kid of many talents. I see him on your story. He like, he plays basketball. He skates.
Dude.
He does the most, is what he does.
Does a
He
lot.
still doesn't understand technology. Like even though kids have like more technology than we did as kids,
Yeah.
they're still like, how can you do that? How can you be on the computer? And how could you be doing that? And I'm like, it's the future now.
No, I like to see that in your stories. Like he still gets out there because a lot of people, assume kids are always on their tablets, and they do spend a lot of time on their tablets, devouring content. But he always see him out there too, getting dirty, just playing.
They do that Fortnite stuff every once in a while, but it doesn't usually like consume their day.
Okay, that's good.
Let me send some shout outs to people here in the comment section. Clyde is here from Comics Vet, and Sean from Just Boxing Live, man, joining us. What up, y'all? Yo, this is weird, man. These YouTube settings change or something?
I think they change constantly.
Yeah, this is weird. I don't know, but whatever. We're here.
Did you guys catch that video that went kind of viral? That big explosion in Lebanon? Did you guys catch that video?
Yeah.
I just woke up, and that's what I was looking at on Instagram.
Yeah, shit was crazy.
So that's pretty. It looks like post-apocalyptic.
Yeah. They said it was a car bomb, but it looked very like mushroom-like, and it kind of reminiscent of like like a nuclear explosion. But yeah, it's just kind of scary.
It was scary when I saw it. Yeah.
Like a movie, huh? It just like, and cloud just consumed like the whole city. But now, hopefully, nothing too crazy.
Clyde said y'all got to get Max Kellerman on. Yeah, I don't know about all that, man.
He prefers Paulie. He's trying to get Paulie on. So, and you send me a message, right, that they fired Paulie. What do you guys feel about that?
Oh, I don't know, man. A lot of people were saying that they were just trying to get rid of him or whatnot. They were just finding any reason to get rid of him. I don't know. But he was probably their best asset, so.
Yeah, Showtime, right?
Yeah.
But he's still working for Sky because I know he went over to Sky over there on the British side, and they love him out there. He does a phenomenal job, I think, as a whole. I mean, he just roasts people sometimes he says things how it is, and it bothers the people that pay that cut his check. So that's kind of what happened here in Showtime. But I mean, they did that to Teddy. Teddy's
I have to disagree with y'all.
What do you think? Tell us, Lily.
I think he was great as a commentator. Honestly, he was probably like one of the best ones, even though he, as a fighter, sometimes he says crazy stuff. But as a commentator, I really liked him. But it's not for nothing, his comments were really out of pocket, especially the one that he said that was systemic racism isn't a thing.
Oh, he said that?
And yeah, that's why he got fired. He didn't get fired for the Devin Haney thing or anything else. He got fired because he said that he doesn't believe systemic racism is real in 2020. And I understand, like, maybe he has his own, ideas and he's white. So, of course, it all comes to, if he doesn't experience it, then it just doesn't exist to him. But read the fucking room, my dude. Like, you could be a closeted, racist. You could just say that and keep, like, to yourself. Read the room with everything going on right now. Imagine saying that. Like, that was dumb, in my opinion. You should just kept that to yourself. Because, I'm going to definitely miss his commentary. He's really good on Showtime. But do I think he deserved to get fired? Hell yeah.
Okay.
They added Mares now, right?
Yeah. I do agree that he's a great commentator. But, he's very opinionated. And he does, like, give a good opinion when it comes to boxing. And this was more outside of boxing. And yeah, I didn't know that he said that exactly, but yeah, that's one of those things that you keep to yourself in a way.
Yeah, I ya estaba like en los últimos hilos because of the stuff that he has said about Devin Haney or something like that. Because remember how Devin Haney said, "I'm never gonna let a white boy beat me," kind of like Bernard Hopkins said back in the day. Devin Haney says something similar, and then it always arises the whole, well, what if a white fighter said that about a black person? And it's just it's not the same, but he was one of those people that was saying, Devin Haney should apologize for saying that no white boy will beat him or something like that. And some people are already kind of mad at him for that. And then this, I feel like it caught up to him too quick. But I didn't hear that ya lo estaban queriendo correr. Why? Because he was, what was he saying? I didn't know that.
I remember him saying that Wilder was trying to get him fired for the longest because he constantly criticizes him.
Okay, yeah.
And well, I don't know. The thing that I heard is that he says something about the dominance for African American fighters is over. That it was now like the Eastern Europeans, the dominant species in boxing. That's the one I heard.
Damn.
Yeah, so as you can see, he's saying a bunch of like stuff that maybe 20 years ago it would have been
Yeah.
gone like one ear out the other, but right now with everything going on, I think it was not the smartest move to express your opinions on those specific things going on right now. Like that's begging to get backlash.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, people will express things like, at home with their, with relatives or family members, but there's certain, when you're in the professional setting, there's certain things you can't say without getting some, some clapback, and I guess this is what happened. To me, it sucks to see him go because he's such a good commentator, but like nobody is, they kind of have to set the standard of like what's not acceptable, and so, yeah. Damn.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I understand people's opinion and being upset that they let him go because he does a good job, and there is a struggle, I guess, between us, not just with boxing, but with everything that we have to want to keep things separated. Like, we want to separate the art from the artist. We say that a lot of times, right? But I think as much as it hurts me that he had to go, it's the right step, and I wish more people would do that, and maybe people will learn to not say dumb shit, but it still hurts. Doesn't make it any less like shitty that he was actually one of the good commentators. So often do we hear about, how commentators are biased and some commentators are like just plain dreadful, and Paulie did a good job. So it sucks that it had to be one of the guys that we actually enjoyed on the mic having to say all these things because, it led to him being fired.
Yeah. Has there ever been any other instance where you guys have seen or heard maybe some off comment? You're like, whoa, and maybe that's gone off like over other people's heads? Have you guys ever?
From Paulie?
Or from any other like commentator on TV, like boxing wise? No?
Just Larry Merchant. He would say like random shit sometimes that was kind of questionable. And didn't he come out on PBC also saying something similar that Wilder was the last black hope or something like that? So I remember him being under fire for that. That he had said that Wilder was the last black hope or something like that he had lost to Fury.
Yeah.
That there was no more black hope, basically. Which is kind of ridiculous to say because there's so many young black fighters that, are definitely going to give us a really good career. You look at Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney's pretty good as well. So, yeah, we haven't really seen them get tested like that, but you can tell that those kids are special. So, for him to say that was the last black hope, to me, it was like, why would you say that? Like, I wish they would just not say those things.
Yeah,
it tarnishes their career.
Yeah, like the last, I guess, political, not something that was said, but the last political statement that we remember that got people feeling some type of way was the Ralph Salka with the shorts, remember? Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's him expressing his political view, but you just know, like, I don't know if someone feel like has the balls to like wear that, like, man, what do they say behind doors? And then it's like, now it's like, who are you working with? What kind of people, what kind of things are said? And so I'm sure if they asked him like a political question, he probably would have said something, that's pretty, right winged, and maybe that would have caught, some fire. But I guess those are those moments that you kind of see political views come into play.
Yeah. That's the thing though. I just wish they didn't. Like if you guys are going to say something, like, you have to know that what you're saying is like ain't it, you have to know, and that that you're gonna piss people off again in this state of the world that is in, and you at least got to be smart enough to read the room, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. Well, anyway, that's enough of Paulie, I think. That was about 15 minutes. Let's talk about the hot topic right now, man. Teofimo Lopez against Vergil Lomachenko. Question mark at the end. Teofimo, they're saying he got offered a guaranteed $1.25 million. Loma, $3.2 million, around there, something like that. Teofimo said, no, I'm not fighting for that amount.
You wanted more.
React. What do you guys think?
I'll let Lily start. Go, Lily. What do you think?
It's hard because I love both of these guys, and I know most people do have their, preference. Even though both of these guys are top ranked, there's guys that just fucking love Lomachenko, and there's guys that just fucking love Teofimo Lopez, and there's gonna be good arguments on both sides. The argument that I like from Teofimo's side is that he's Shakur Stevenson just on top right. He fought like some guy that we didn't even know, and he made like more than that. I feel like, and I'm just like, oh, like it's true. Maybe he should get more because he already has a belt, and this is a mega fight. And then other people are like, well, you know, we're doing a pandemic, and there's not going to be any people there, so that's less money. So he should just take it, and then he has a chance to beat Lomachenko in a lot of people's opinion. You know, they think that he can beat him, so they're like, why not just take the risk? Why not just take the 1.2 million was it, right? And then beat Lomachenko, and then his stocks are gonna like skyrocket, you know? So I get both sides. I can see why Teofimo wants more money, seeing how Shakur Stevenson just got, what was it, 1.5 to fight some random. Also, like with no people, so I get it. But also, I don't feel like he should price himself out of this opportunity because other people are saying maybe he's waiting for Lomachenko to get a little bit older, and I don't want to think that that's what he's doing. But it's I can see both sides, I guess, is the overall sentiment on this.
Yeah. What do you think, Chris?
To me, like when this fight got announced that it was gonna get made, I was a little shocked, you know, that Teofimo, you know, decided, and that Loma decided like this is the time. I thought it was a little too early for Teo, but at the same time I was just excited. I was like, oh man, we're gonna see like a, you know, the Matrix, the man, the pound for pound king against a hungry young, you know, very talented fighter in Teo. And obviously like, and I really thought, I was like, if it doesn't matter if Teofimo loses, like he's just gonna get better from this fight experience wise. And I was very surprised. I was very surprised that he priced himself out. I didn't think he would be the type to, you know, he already called for this fight. I was like, he's gonna take it. And I kind of did think that they were gonna give him a good money offer, you know, for him taking this risk. It's a little, you know, it kind of shocked me that that they didn't offer him, you know, something, I guess, fair in a way. Now that I saw the numbers, so I am a little disappointed in Bob Arum, but I'm also surprised that Theo doesn't just take this opportunity.
So you don't think it was fair, the amount?
I think, I mean, it's $1 million is $1 million, and you know they brought Lily just brought up the Shakur, which I didn't know before, but it is kind of unfair for him to, you know, fight a top level fighter and not get paid, you know, a little bit more, you know, based on that comparison. But I still think he shouldn't, you know, price himself out. You know, I think he should take this chance, like this opportunity. And I am a little disappointed if this fight doesn't get made, which it looks like it's gonna it's not gonna get made. So a little disappointing there.
So do you guys know how much?
It looks like from the fighter's perspective, they are on his side. Like from what I've seen on Twitter, a lot of fighters are on Teofimo's side. And then a lot of fighters are also like, come talk to Al Heyman. Like a bunch of I seen a bunch of people like, oh, just go talk. You want the money? Talk to Al, you know? But again, I think there's no losing for Teofimo in this, because even if he loses, I don't think he would get maybe he would get outclassed and he's too green for Lomachenko's, you know, tricks in the ring. Yeah. But I don't think it's an end for him. You know, I think him losing to Lomachenko won't prove anything. And I'm pretty sure he can get, you know, better from there. I don't think him losing would lose him any fans or anything like that. So it does make me a little upset that he won't take it, because I think the fight is, I have Lomachenko. Right, I have to because of experience, but damn, I think Teofimo could be too big for him too. Yeah. To me, this is like a 60-40 fight. I would love to see it, and I don't want Lomachenko to get older. Yeah, because then that's what people are gonna say. So he loses if Lomachenko gets older. They're just gonna be like, oh, he beat an old Lomachenko, and why would you want that?
So Sean is saying Stevens and Spurs was $400K according to Dan Raphael for his return. My question is, do you guys know? What was it?
Oh, sorry. Somebody on Twitter, one of the people from, I forgot what internet page, they said that he got more than that he got $1 million. 1.5, I think I heard. But
if it is 1.5, it sounds a little high. But you guys know how much Teofimo made against Comey?
I remember
75.
I think I don't remember.
I read $500,000. I think Comey made 300,000 something. Mm-hmm. But anyway, the point of that is they're gonna more than double your biggest purse. Yeah. I read that also before the pandemic. Obviously, the purse was gonna be bigger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But here, let me read some Lomachenko numbers. His previous purses. So Lomachenko made 3.2 guaranteed, reportedly, against Krolla,
Okay.
who made 300,000. And there was about 10,000 people there saying in Staples Center, so that's with a crowd. 3.2 million guaranteed, right? Against not really a big name, you can say, or a guy who has a big British following,
Yeah.
right? He made Lomachenko made 630,000 guaranteed against Salido, which was his second fight, right? Attendance of about 7,000 at the Alamo Dome. He made about the same 630,000 against Russell Jr., Gary Russell Jr., who made about 420,000, right? 750K against Gamaliel Rodriguez, another not so much big name, but that was on the undercard of Mayweather and Pacquiao. He made 850K against Rocky Martinez. He made $1 million against Walters, 750K against Marriaga, who only made 50,000.
Damn.
1.2 million against Rigondeaux. Right.
1.250?
1.2 million against
Okay.
Rigondeaux. Right, and that was at the MSG Theater that was sold out. 1.2 million against Linares. Linares made $1 million, but there was 10,000 people there at MSG. He made $2 million against Pedraza, who got 350K. And then the one against Campbell, they don't really disclose that type of information in the UK, but there was 18,000 people in attendance in that arena.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, based on the numbers, it sounds kind of fair. I mean, of course he's gonna want more, but he's already gonna get more. You know, you named a bunch of fights, and I think there was only $2 or $3 million purses for Lomachenko, who's been in the game for over 7 years, I guess. Teofimo hasn't been in the game too long, so it's like, why?
15 fights, 16,
Yeah,
15,
so
something like that.
I don't think I think that's a fair kind of a fair. You know, you're getting already a 1 million plus purse. Like, what do you want? You want 3? Like, Loma has it.
So that's my question. If you guys don't think that it's a fair purse, the 1.25 million or whatever it is, then what is a fair purse in this current situation? Because there's probably not going to be fans.
Yeah.
So what would be a fair number? Right, and this is a tweet here on your screen that says, Teofimo says, "How you mad at me and I'm just trying to feed my family?"
I think you can feed him with 1.3 million.
Which,
Gee, give me 1 million to feed mine.
and that was the type of
take it.
response.
Knock me out, Lomachenko.
On his Twitter, that was the type of response people
People
were
got.
saying. If you can't feed your family with more than $1 million, then something is wrong there.
That's yeah.
It's just him as his wife, right? He doesn't have kids.
¿Cuánto va a comer? I think that's a good deal. Obviously, you're gonna want more, of course. Who doesn't want to get paid more to fight? You know, but I think that's a good deal. But
Well, the way we think about it too, the way I saw it was, I mean, no one's gonna say yes on the first offer. He probably
Yeah.
is looking to get a little bit more, negotiating.
yeah,
Negotiating 1-1. Like, you're not gonna take the first fucking offer they send you. Maybe he wants just 1.5, like put it a little bit higher.
yeah,
I think people see this as such a big fight that they expect more money for both fighters and for the purse to be closer. Just
Yeah.
like with Triple G and I was gonna say Lomachenko, Triple G and Canelo, how much there was discussion over their purses because they both had belts. Well, Canelo didn't have any belts, but he's the fucking ace. He's fucking Canelo, for God's sake. But Triple G wanted more of a bigger purse.
yeah,
And people were judging him for that, like, oh, come on, who else are you going to make this money with other than Canelo? But he had the belts and he had all this. And I think it's kind of a similar sentiment with Teofimo because he's so young and has accomplished so much. And this is such a huge fight because, come on, everybody, even people that don't like Teofimo have to know that it's a good fucking fight and that he's going to give Lomachenko some work.
yeah.
So I think people see the type of caliber fight it is, and they expect them to have similar type of money, and for it to be a big purse. But like you guys said, there's no people, there's no gate.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
why
a big
would
fight with fans.
where's the fucking money coming from?
And even I think they were saying earlier in the year that they wanted to make the fight happen with a limited crowd, right? They were
Yeah.
talking about the Raiders' new stadium, which probably won't be more than 10,000 for sure. That's a
Yeah.
huge stadium, but
Can't space everybody out. So
Yeah.
you can't fill it to capacity like you once could. I would say if he asks for more than 2 million, he's definitely pricing himself out, and he's the Teofimo that we knew that was hungry to take this fight. Like that's a little bit too much excuse, and I would be disappointed. This reminds me, obviously not to the caliber of a this kind of other fight, but a Canelo Floyd Mayweather.
Here we go.
Where like, come on, Canelo got a bunch of like hate for, I guess, looking kind of green, but at the end of the day, he learned a lot from that fight, and he's the Canelo that we know now. But
but that's a good point because Canelo fought Rislandy Lara after Mayweather, and we mentioned this in previous shows. Canelo got 1.5 guaranteed in that fight against Lara, and Lara got only 1 million. Right? If they wait a couple years, that's probably a $10 million fight.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
For both guys.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So
I had not thought about that.
And Oscar obviously didn't want the fight, right, to happen because it was a little too soon, especially because Lara is a high risk, low reward type of fight.
Yeah.
But Canelo took that fight after Mayweather. How much did he make against Mayweather? Maybe 10 million?
Yeah, probably at least.
Probably. And then you go from that to fighting Lara, who was a very tough opponent, who a lot of people ducked and dodged for a long time.
Yeah.
And you fight him for 1.5 guaranteed.
See, I give respect to Canelo for that. For like, okay, it's not. He showed in that fight it's not about the money, he just really wanted to shut Lara up, and so I give him respect for that. So
at that point, I feel like you have to be underpaid. You have to be willing to take the fights. Like Lily said earlier, if he beats Lomachenko, then he's gonna make probably $5 million for the rest of his life, guaranteed.
Yeah, if he beat, yeah.
No matter who he fights, they're gonna pay him.
Another point somebody brought up was when Pedraza and Gervonta fought, they both made under $1 million.
Yeah.
And I know those are not like the same in the way that maybe they're not as known, or especially back when they fought. What was that, like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was still like, for the boxing fans, it was a pretty decent fight, and they both made under $1 million. And that was for Pedraza's belt, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was that a unification? I don't remember. But point is, they both made under $1 million, and it wasn't like that big of a deal. And now it's I just don't want the fight to not happen. I was looking forward to that when I saw that they were like discussing it already.
And you mentioned Pedraza. He made $350K guaranteed against Lomachenko. Lomachenko made $2 million in that fight. So I don't know, man. If Teofimo was a guy who was selling out crowds and maybe had a pay-per-view under his belt or something like that, I know nowadays things are a little different because of the whole streaming services and all that. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, how do you, what's the measuring stick?
There's so many
because
now.
his highest, let's say it's $750K, his highest purse, right? I guess that's the measuring stick.
Yeah,
That's
your
the
highest
bar.
The bar, your highest, and then I think it has to do with like the level. I mean, with like he's like, I'm fighting this pound for pound person. That this is a high risk fight for me. So he's
so are you saying he doesn't believe in himself?
I think he's. I don't know. To me, like him taking this fight makes me believe that he believes in himself, and then him pulling out a little bit makes me think he doesn't fully believe in himself.
I like Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah,
but in the past few weeks, he's been posting a lot of videos, a lot of tweets, talking about let's make it happen
looks huge.
Anywhere, anytime. And the offer is on the table, and you say no.
Yeah,
that looks a little weird. I think that's the
part that angers me too. Like him and his dad were both very, very vocal about wanting Lomachenko, and it seemed like, give us Lomachenko. We don't care about anything else. Just give us Lomachenko. And then I wish there would have been a fucking fine print at the bottom that said for the right price to us, or for at least this much, because it angers me when people just nonstop, talk about, I want this fighter, and then they're like, oh, well, the money got to be right. So it's just like, you could have said that like since the beginning.
Exactly, right? Like once you start using words like pussy, on these tweets and stuff, like, all right, those are fighting words. Now you got to fight.
That was intense.
Now you got to fight, and they give you an offer, and you're like, nah, that's... No, right? Not ready. But here, our guys from Standing A Podcast they say, I think Aaron was too nice to Teofimo on the purse offered.
I feel like
I'm not arguing against that. I'm not arguing against
favorites too, I mean, Bob, you could tell he takes care of his fighters, but you can tell like who he loves. He loves Fury. He loves Lomachenko. He loves Teofimo. He loves Navarrete. Right? Like he loves Zurdo back when he had him.
Yeah.
And you can tell, he loves Crawford, obviously, but I think that's why he was generous. But I think people were looking more of a even split. But Lomachenko already took a pay cut too, right? Because he was supposed to get more money.
Yeah, so I was reading that he was supposed to make $4 million. So they both took a 750K pay cut, which it hurts Teofimo more because he was going to make $2 million reportedly.
Now, what I've seen too, and this is from the extremists on Twitter, they're like, oh, well, just like Oscar paid to have Triple G fight Canelo out of his own purse, then if Lomachenko really wants to fight that bad, then he should pay out of his pocket, make it up to Teofimo. And I gotta disagree with that because, Lomachenko's already a 3-division world champ. He's proven what he has proven so far. He's made history. He also became champ very early on in his career. He was old, but very early on. So I feel like it's Teofimo, in my opinion, the one who should be looking more forward to this fight. Lomachenko could just go fight anybody else.
Yeah.
And he's still gonna make $1 million.
Right? And
or
and
more
he's
than
still
$1
gonna
million.
make like decent money. So I don't know. I understand it in a way for Teofimo, but also like please don't price yourself out. I would, because I just want to see that. Maybe we're being selfish and we're just like, fuck it, make the fight.
No,
we should start a GoFundMe.
I agree with Lily. It's like, Teofimo, you're a young lion. You have so many years to make money, Like, Lomachenko's on his way out. He's got a couple more years, a couple more fights. Like, dude, like, stop being selfish. To get this fight, dude, get your money. And if you believe in yourself, like, take out the old bet if you can. I think this is a tough fight for Loma, I think. Lily, you mentioned the size. Loma, Teofimo he's young, he's hungry, he's got power. Like, the way he took out Comey, I've said on the show, I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, that was impressive.
And you see Comey, this guy was ripped. He was in shape like this, and this is a title holder. So, yeah, I think the ball is on Teo's corner. Like you said, Lily, I don't think Loma has too much to prove. Yeah,
man. I'm not giving any predictions until it's signed.
Yeah.
Well, remember, that's the thing that would kind of annoy me too, that back before quarantine started, we had May 30th. He tweeted it. They gave us, Madison Square Garden May 30th or something like that, or end of May, and they didn't even have a contract yet or nothing. But they were talking about it like if it was already made now, which makes me think like, did he just not know did he just not have any idea what he was getting paid? Because he had tweeted it already. He was already, pretty much training for it. So did they just give him the offer that he didn't like? I don't know. It makes me question so many things.
Yeah.
It just makes me angry.
I'm okay with him negotiating, like Lily said earlier, like, okay, but pricing out is like saying like, nope, I'm not going to fight, unless you give me this high amount or whatever. So I expect some negotiating, hopefully.
Look, Teofimo's never made $1 million with a live gate.
Yeah.
Or pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Now things are a little different, man. If you want to fight, you'll take it.
A lot different.
Yeah. But that's all I got on that, man.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointed to hear. Especially because, like Lily said, they had been very vocal, right? So what do you say now, right? If you're Teofimo, besides the money? Pretty sure a lot of fans are going to be upset.
We'll see what happens.
Well, hell yeah. I mean, we're all going to be. Because I think this was the fight, especially in quarantine, that we're looking forward to the most. Right? I mean, there's some good fights coming up, but this one, it's like a treat. It's like a mega fight.
And they had even said September at one point. And then they said October. And then now they're just like, nah, the money ain't right.
Yeah, I mean, to throw a couple of jabs at Bob, it's like, okay, Bob, we were happy with some of your fights. We were happy with it. Put too much pressure, on the competitiveness of your cards. We were just happy boxing was back. But it's like, now you got to give us something good because, Golden Boy's first card was very competitive. So it's like, I don't know, man. Give him another $250K, man. Just make it happen. Shoot.
Did you guys used to watch Next on MTV, the dating show?
Oh, yeah.
Next. I think I saw a few.
Somebody made a meme and it says takes one step out of the box, and then Teofimo is like, yo, I'm Theo, 1.2 mil. Nah, I got a family. My daddy said to get my worth and Bob Arum along the distance. Fuck out of here, dickhead. Next. And it says, trying to feed my family. Haven't proved shit. And then the bottom one says, can do a flip.
Can do it.
Wow.
That's funny.
I'm gonna send it to you guys on
Oh my
text,
God.
but that shit is so funny to me
That's funny.
because he's like, can do a flip.
Oh my goodness.
I love his Fortnite dances after.
Oh
It
no,
makes
he's
me
not.
happy.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are cool. Gio actually met him at Staples, right? Gio?
Yeah, he was really cool, man. I liked him.
Gio was a little
Yeah,
disappointed.
he looks like a cool dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Chris I was a bit disappointed because on camera he's like the bad guy, talks a lot of shit, and in person he was like super nice. I was surprised.
I feel like a lot of fighters do that because if they're not like, I don't know why he does it. He has a talent to like back it up and just be, you know, a badass fucking fighter. But I think just to get even more, you know, more recognition, more press. That's the thing to do apparently.
Yeah. So it's a little like Vergil. Vergil's like a bull in there, man. And then you meet him, you're like, oh, dude's nice. Like, nice kid.
Oh yeah, he reminds me of Triple G because they're like outside of the ring and in the ring they look fucking scary. Like their faces look terrifying.
Yeah.
When they're like going for the kill. But see, Vergil could probably benefit from being a bad guy because I feel like Virgil's hella underrated.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get attention from like casuals because he doesn't really, other than when he fights, he doesn't really get anybody any reason to talk.
Yeah,
You know, or he's not a trash talker to where people are like, damn, this guy is talking shit to this other guy, like it's lit. No, he's like, oh, I respect my opponent. And he does, you know, but
What'd you think about his
I don't
fight?
know, maybe
His last fight against Samuel Vargas, the guy mad at a freaking concrete.
For real, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't go down. Like his chin.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nah, to me, like, dude, freaking Vergil was loading up like I think he was good shots for second, but after the second, third round on, he was just loading up every like power shots after power shot. And dude, my respects to Vargas because that guy was landing some good body shots, but just his heart to like, you know, to stay in because you would not be mad at him for like, you know, taking a knee or going down, but this dude just stayed up and man, that thing was hurting me when I was seeing those like that, just that constant
I
pressure.
know.
Man,
That fight could have ended like 30 seconds earlier. Like I think the judge let it go like 30 seconds longer than it should have. But I'm not. I know people were like, oh, you know, Vergil shouldn't be talking about these guys, the champions, if he can't stop like properly stop Vargas. I'm like,
Properly?
no offense, but Vargas has a fucking crazy ass chin. I
Yeah.
know Spence and Danny dropped them with just the no look hook. But that's what makes it interesting. That's what makes it seem like, oh, you know, like I don't like using fighters as like measuring sticks and stuff. Like, oh, this guy fought this guy, so it means this fight's gonna go this certain way. But it definitely makes me like want to watch those fights more now because
Yeah.
I see how other fighters did against him.
Yeah.
But I don't hold it against Vergil because he, you know, didn't knock him out properly on the floor and shit. Like
Yeah.
that was brutal. He still beat him like really, really well. So I'm not too mad. I'm not mad at all, actually, that he
Yeah.
didn't knock him out like that.
See, I do like to use the fighters as measuring sticks in certain ways. Like just the
No,
fact
stop.
that he fought all these guys. No, just the fact that he fought all these guys. I was like, this guy is gonna give Vergil like more than. I think I even told you, I was like, he's gonna go more than 6 rounds.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a
Oh, yeah.
reason. Without him fighting all those guys, I don't think Vargas, you know, last that long. It's just knowing that you were in there with all these, you know, these top ultraweights. It just gives you that much more experience. You know, like, oh, I've taken the punch from this guy. I've been in the game, like in the square circle with this other guy. You know, and these guys are top. I think that's telling. And
I
yeah.
personally do like Vergil talking about the champions, and I think that he does pretty well. I don't think he gets like knocked the fuck out. I don't think he gets like shut out. I think he does very competitively in a fight against, you know, the top champions. However, I just want him to, for once, go the distance. I know he can't help it. I know people are going to be like getting knocked out or stopped. That's not his fault, you know, but I think just for experience wise, I think he should go the distance in any fight. before he tries for a title, and then take on all the B-level PBC guys. I would love him against, the Granados of the world, against
Jesse Vargas.
what's his name?
Let's go,
He said
baby.
Dude, I would love him
Vargas.
against
good
Jesse
fight.
Vargas, Lipinets, like all these guys that are,
God.
like they're not like elite, but they're really good tests. I would love to see Vergil against those guys. Figueroa
Yeah.
is a good guy.
Yeah.
Granados, I wouldn't say no, he would kill him.
Molina.
Because I was gonna say give him a lead, but Molina too. No, I think
Molina.
Vergil would decapitate Molina. Like, no, let's not do that. Molina's a cool guy. I like him.
Yeah, he's cool.
I don't want to see him laid out like that.
Yep.
I was gonna say Ali from Golden Boy because
okay.
he was
Saddam
the
Ali?
champion.
Mhm.
But I mean, look, Vergil
I know,
probably
she said
did the
Ali
same
so
thing Munguia
casually.
did to him.
Right?
Like he would hurt him.
Okay.
He would really hurt. But I would love to see him against more B-level type guys
Yeah.
from PBC.
I
The
just
only
want to see
thing
him
is
fight,
that
man.
we have promotional issues now because he's with Golden Boy and it's like he has to be mandatory in my opinion. He's gonna have to wait to be mandatory if he wants the bigger fights because one, the whole PBC thing, that they don't want to fight outside or they're more difficult to get fights outside, and two, Vergil, as we have to admit that he's high risk, low reward for the the guys higher up in the ranks.
Yeah.
Because if they go in with him and he knocks them out, like that's pretty fucked up for them. But if they win, people are just gonna be like, "Oh, Vergil's still green."
Yeah, Canelo, right?
So
Oh, he was too young.
So it's gonna be Vergil's really high risk, low reward
Yeah.
because he can punch and he has I was impressed with his footwork too in his last fight. He had really good angles. So I'm just thinking I don't think a guy at maybe not the top champions, but more of the A guys. I don't think they'd be like, oh yeah, let me take on this little kid who can punch like a fucking concrete, glove. And if I lose, it's over. And if I win, it's just gonna be like, oh well, that guy was too young. He had not gone the distance with anybody. You know what I mean? It's really high risk, low reward. So I feel like Vergil's gonna have that in his in disadvantage in his career.
Yes. Respect, Lily, man. Golden Boy has to hire you to freaking match me. That was dope. What do you think about?
They want him with Ellis, right? And what is his name?
Oh yeah.
That other welterweight. He's really
Yeah.
good.
I think it's Ennis.
I just think Vergil has a better resume right now.
Mm-hmm. What do you think
I
about?
think that's a really good fight in a year or two.
Yeah. What do you think about an Ugas, Vergil?
Oh, that's great. That would be fucking awesome. I think he actually talked about that in the post-fight conference, Vergil, that not only does he like Ugas as a fighter, but he likes him as a person because he's pretty humble. And Ugas, I don't care what you say, he should have been champion, man. He beat
Stop
Porter,
it.
and that was a
Stop
knockdown.
it.
So I feel like he should have. He should have won.
Yeah.
So I feel like if Vergil were to, even if he goes a distance and look good against someone like Ugas, even if he doesn't win, because you could tell Vergil's not want to be one of those guys that gives a fuck about losing. But if he were to look good, even if it was like a split decision and he loses or whatever, I think that's gonna prove a lot too, because Ugas is one tough dude. He's like a rugged guy too, and he's Cuban, right? Is he Cuban or Dominican?
Yeah, he's
Cuban.
Cuban.
So, but you can't really. He doesn't have that mold of Cuban school or whatever they call it. He actually throws really decent amount of punches. So, I would love to see that fight. But I would think I would want to see Lipinets more.
Oh, that Lipinets. That's
They
the one
both
that.
punch hard.
And
And
Lipinets
then,
is a rock.
you like to use measuring sticks, Chris, you can be like, well, Mikey fought him, and now Vergil, let's see, Mikey lo sentó de un putazo. Now, what's Vergil gonna do?
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like
so I would-
Lipinets is better at 140, man.
Oh yeah, he was.
Because he's not the biggest at 47, and I really like him. I really like him.
He's
man.
short. He's short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's talk about this next fight though, because I think Porter beat this next guy who's holding his WBC belt.
What?
Ah, Gio stands by that, man.
Anyway, Errol Spence against Danny Garcia. What is it? November 21st, Fox pay-per-view.
Yeah.
They signed the contract and they want to fight.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Errol Spence, Danny. Who do you got for that fight, Lily?
I'm gonna take Spence. I I think Danny is a great guy. I'm glad that he was champion at one point, but I think that we've seen his peak already, and that was that. And I think Spence, all we can definitely think of right now is just how the crash is going to affect him. And I know that's going to be the excuse if he does lose or if he looks bad. But I think I'm going to have to give it to Spence just because I'm the type of person that if I see you overcome challenges, I like you more. And I believe in you more because I feel like his fight with Kell Brook that's when I was just like, whoa, like that's fucking sick because it was a close fight. And many people could be like, come on, like you went to war with Kell Brook. Like, what can we expect from you? Come on. But I think to me, those are the fights that, hey, you've been tested. You've been tested beyond like your means and you still came out on top and you know, perseverancia, right? So I think the fact that he had those type of fights give him an advantage over guys like Danny Garcia. And given on Danny Garcia's last performance, I wasn't too impressed. I wasn't even watching it that much because I don't know, I was just not feeling it. And I feel like based on their last performances, I still would go with Spence. Spence and his nipples, since people always talk about his nipples.
You know what? This is a fight that Danny Garcia comes back. Nah, just no. Danny, the dad. We were talking how Angel's been kind of quiet like last couple.
No, he hasn't.
You don't think so? I think he's been kind of not as vocal as he's been in the past years.
Dude, we were even wishing him well.
No peleado su hijo.
I remember one episode where like we hope everything's okay. We haven't heard from a couple months from Angel.
Oh, that's true. No, well, when Vergil said, he liked to fight Danny Garcia, I don't know if you saw that. Angel posted a video where he's on his couch with all the belts and he's just laughing and he's like, ha ha ha, like basically, no.
Yeah.
Like, don't even mention us.
Yeah.
Like, something about the lion or the king is asleep, don't wake him up or something like that. I don't remember. I think I was drunk when I saw that tweet. But it was something like that.
Yeah. I think Errol is gonna win, but I don't think he's gonna look sensational. I think it's gonna be a close fight, a closer fight.
I don't think right now anybody is gonna look sensational, rightfully matched. You know what I mean? Like because of the quarantine and Errol has a whole crash or whatever. We don't know how much that affected him. He was drunk and like super loose. So it was probably not that bad, you know. Even though it looked pretty bad. But I think those that are properly matched, and I know we all want to see Crawford versus Spence, and we're probably not going to get it anytime soon. We're going to keep getting these fights that we don't ask for, but they're still not bad. Like, it's like when you eat bad pizza, it's like, it's not what you asked for, but it's still like pizza, so you're going to eat it anyway. That's how I feel like these fights are with welterweights in the PBC. It's like, we're not asking for them. We're not like super stoked about them, but they're not bad fights. All those guys can match up really nicely. But we want to see Crawford versus Spence. Now with Danny Garcia and Spence, I think they're both rightfully matched. Like all these guys are good fights, and who knows who's gonna win? But I think I got Spence. I don't think it's gonna be like a shutout, but I think Thurman beat Danny Garcia pretty comfortably. Yeah. I know he took some rounds off, and that's what made it closer. But I also believe Sean Porter beat Danny Garcia not comfortably, but I did really see Sean Porter winning. So I don't base, I guess, like Christian said, on those. I just feel like Spence can be on top.
Yeah.
Hey man, if Danny catches him,
with that no little cook.
I'm just saying, but I don't know. I don't think I've seen Danny fight too many southpaws. And I think just these fights are a little different just because of the whole pandemic. Guys are not really sparring too many guys. The gym accessibility is limited, things like that. So if there's a time, Chris, if there's a time for Danny, it's now.
I have yet to see Errol Spence.
He better capitalize.
Right? I have yet to see Errol Spence get seriously hurt. Like obviously it's boxing. You get hit, you're gonna get touched, and you have to have that poker face. And I haven't really seen Spence really get hurt. So I mean, let's see if Danny can land something to make us, because up until now, a lot of people feel like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, those are the two guys, kind of have that invincibility aura, and that's why we want to see them. But I want to see if at least Danny can show, can put a chink in the armor. But I don't know.
And Spence got hit by concrete, so he's okay. Came out okay.
Gio.
Clyde
You're
says,
stupid.
my hate for Garcia will never go away. Hope Spence
Damn.
knocks his block off.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I don't think Danny's that
I
bad.
feel like I
mean,
didn't like Danny Garcia. I thought I didn't like Danny Garcia, but I
Yeah.
just
I
realized I
know.
didn't like his dad. Like it had nothing to do with Danny.
yeah. Because I think
Like Danny is
Mhm.
not a bad fighter, and yeah, people clown him over the Rod Salka situation, but he's not a bad fighter. He doesn't have a terrible resume. Like he's a decent fighter. Like he's
Yeah.
not elite, but he's not he's not average either. I really think that I just think he peaked already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
the
not a
fights,
bad dude. I just his dad is just too much.
the fights he lost were close.
Mhm.
Herrera, Porter, Thurman,
Yeah.
No, but
Wait, he beat Herrera, but I think
Yeah.
Herrera beat him.
yeah, in Puerto Rico. We talk about that every now and
That's
then, huh?
why.
Mhm.
No, but what was Danny's peak then?
When he
What
got-
was his
his
Amir
peak,
Khan?
a little bit after Amir Khan, because Amir Khan was
A little
his-
bit after Amir.
Oh, we
Yeah.
talked about this before, right?
a little bit.
A little bit. but
Yeah.
We mentioned it a little bit, but
I mean, his peak was like around that at that time, but he just happened to lose that fight. That was his time. That's the time they were.
yeah, they took
Where-
him to Puerto Rico. They're like, make him more marketable. Try to speak some Spanish. Didn't work.
Yeah,
Que
that,
sí, que sí, que sí, que no.
there was a time where he really was staying away from the top welterweights, right? The Thurmans, the Porters, and so we were getting upset. We were like, if
Yeah.
we claim to be the best one, then fight these guys. And I mean, I think that's why we didn't like
I
him.
love the build to like Garcia versus Thurman. That fight was so
Yeah.
good to me.
They
I
should run
really
it
like. I
back.
enjoyed the build up.
should
I
run it
enjoyed all
back.
of that.
If Danny loses, they should run it back.
I honestly think Danny gets him now, right now, because Thurman has those injuries, and Thurman's, how Lily said, he's married and in love and distracted.
Dude, I'm always gonna be mad at Thurman and how his career turned out. I feel like
Yeah.
I know he can't help the like injuries,
love?
but literally he was at the top. He has the best. Besides Pac-Man, he has the best resume.
Uh-huh.
He was like the longest reigning
Yeah,
champion.
he was a
too, if
number
I'm
one
not
welterweight
mistaken.
for a long
it's like,
time.
Yeah.
yeah, and then like all these, I know again he can't help it, but all these injuries, he got married, all this shit. Like Spence and Crawford rose to the top, like bam, without him having anything to, he couldn't do shit about it.
Yeah.
It makes me angry sometimes because it makes me feel like he had so much potential.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like he had a lot of potential to still be in the conversation right now had he not gotten married and like, no offense, but that's stupid. But injured, the injuries we can't help. But
Yeah.
getting married, like why are you getting married in your prime?
It's the knees weak.
Oh my God.
Ah,
Jeez.
yeah.
Pobrecito Thurman.
We'll see. We'll see if he can, make a bounce back.
Yeah, and then we've been talking about PBC a lot. They released a schedule, right, for upcoming fights. Let's take a look at that right now. It's on your screen. Benavidez fighting August 15th.
Do they have an opponent named, or is it TBD?
Angulo. Is that the one?
Angulo, yeah. Oh, that's right.
That's the one who beat Sims?
Yeah,
That's him?
yeah.
Oh, that should be a good test then.
Yeah.
He's like the Latin American champion or something, huh?
Mhm.
That should be good. They're fighting in Connecticut, I believe. What else we got? That looks good over here. Of course, Charlo against Derevchenko.
Sounds
September
good.
26th. Pay-per-view, right? His little brother is on or big brother, I don't know which one's which. But he's on the card too. He's going to be fighting Jason Rosario Banana,
Banana.
right? So that should be a good card.
Banana. That's gonna be a fucking banger, dude.
Would you guys pay for that? If it's under 50?
Don't
Over and under?
incriminate us on live stream.
39.99, not a cent more.
No, we can all like poner, dinero. We always make the parties anyway. Like
That's true.
you're gonna be.
All right, let me read this comment real quick here in the comment section. Guy by the name of Bill Nye, the science guy, says, I am betting the pink slip to my vehicle that Danny Garcia knocks out Spence.
What?
Oh my
Said
god!
dude.
You're
Oh
like
my
the
God.
common man, Freddie Roach, spitting his house.
You know what?
Yo, we want proof. Bill Nye the Science Guy. You should like tag us on like Twitter or Instagram,
Yeah.
and like
And
when you do it.
Share your shit.
So if you win, like
Yes.
bring you on the show, and if you
Yeah.
lose, bring you on the show.
Imagine he's like a bookie. He's got like inside trade, like knowledge and shit. That'd be funny.
I know. Dang, that's sick. I'm always scared to like bet.
Okay,
I
but
hate
see,
losing money.
what do you get? What do you get if you win? Do you get a house or what?
I know. Another
'Cause
car.
you're gonna lose your vehicle. But what do you win? That's
Somebody
the
has to
question.
match it with a car.
Well, depends what kind of vehicle. What if it's like an old Toyota?
That'd be cool if you could.
1991.
That'd be cool if you could do that. Like you're betting, you put your pink slip up, and then someone like matches it with their pink slip, and you just gotta electronically sign and like, shit, deliver my car. Or the tow truck comes for your car. You're like, fuck.
That's funny. You know what? I saw Pita tweeted too a few weeks ago that I think somebody was talking about Vergil Ortiz Jr. against Crawford, and he said I would bet my house on Vergil Ortiz.
Oh, on him?
Yeah.
How?
Dude,
Pretty Roach
honestly,
2.0.
honestly, I think Vergil can beat. I think
Beat
the
who?
only I think the one guy who would give him problems like right now, I'm saying right now because of his age, is Pacquiao though. I think the other guys he can beat, or he can make it a
Well,
close fight.
with Crawford, we saw how Mean Machine put hands on him, and Mean Machine hit
He
fucking
dropped
hard.
him, right? But they
I've
didn't
seen
count
Mean
it.
Machine at in Oxnard, and that motherfucker hit hard. But he just lacked more of an all around skill. Now Vergil hits
Man,
hard, and he has more
Gamboa
skill.
fucking hurt Crawford, man. Stop it. Stop it. That guy was 4 weight classes below Crawford.
Who? Mean Machine?
No, I'm saying Gamboa,
Gamboa.
when he hurt.
Oh,
Crawford.
Gamboa.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, that was probably like his best win at like 140, kind of.
So I'll pose a question,
For
guys.
Crawford.
Right now for Vergil, Crawford, Spence, Pacquiao, who do you guys give him a better chance right now against?
For Vergil?
Yeah.
Crawford.
I think Danny Garcia.
Not
Danny was on the list?
Not Danny was on the list. So Crawford, Spence, or Manny.
I'm going to go with Crawford, man, because that guy, when he gets hit, he goes down.
Lily? So Danny's not on this list.
Why you guys gotta do me like that?
He's got
Who was it? Pacquiao and
Pacquiao,
well,
Crawford, and Spence.
Virgil
Jr.
can like sleep Pacquiao probably if he catches
think
him
so.
like Marquez.
Yeah, I think so.
But no, because Marquez
Ooh,
like they had already fought 4 times, and that was more of like already being familiar with his moves in the ring. So never mind. I think I don't know. I guess Crawford too, but people are gonna make fun of us for saying that. For making us say that.
It's okay. They don't watch boxing.
I-
Crawford went down in his last fight, right? They just didn't count it.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's a clip that I saw.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't watch
didn't
the
count
fight.
it. That they counted it as a slip.
Yeah.
Sean says Danny Garcia hits hard, so does Pac, Thurman, Errol, Crawford. They all hit hard.
But there's
But
levels
okay,
to it, man.
of course, all
There's levels to it.
boxers that are in that level hit hard, but there's still like a difference on like
Those guys, I would
punching
say they're
power
all power
regardless.
punchers. Not everyone is
Yeah.
a power puncher like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Virgil really.
like I'm
loads
pretty
up
sure all
first and
heavyweights hit hard, but
Yeah.
some fucking hit worse. Like
Till this
Wilder,
day.
even.
fast. To this day.
Oh, I think. Let me see if it works. I wonder if it works if I put it on the live. Should we find out?
To this day.
For sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually.
Oh, that was you?
To this day.
Yeah,
it work?
there you go.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
I got it too right here.
To this day.
Yeah, I honestly think Pacquiao is more winnable bout at this point. But I do believe that Pacquiao makes him, steals the most rounds out of those guys early on before he gets stopped. Just because we've seen, I've seen from clips, Virgil has a little bit of trouble with the speedsters. He has,
Yeah.
and he hasn't had a speedster yet. But I still think he overwhelms anybody.
They're asking here, is this the first time Crawford's been down? I don't think he's been down officially, has he?
I don't think so.
I've seen him go down a couple times, but not officially.
It's like slips and stuff.
Bail him
Or,
out,
yeah,
allegedly.
allegedly.
People are still arguing about the Porter one. So
Yeah. But yeah, Virgil's on his way, man. He's a good kid, man.
yeah, and talking about 147, we also have Lipinets who's going to be fighting
How was he fighting?
October 10. I'm not even going to try to say the name. A little difficult, but he's undefeated from what I see. Undefeated.
Try to spell it out, sound it out.
Yeah, don't everybody
I'll play
believe in
this one
Google?
because it applies.
Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man.
He said, "Go Google it."
So, go Google that shit, man. Ain't nobody believe in Google.
Nobody believe in Google.
God now. and I don't know who NM is, man. Flat out.
You need to send me that one so I could put it on mine.
I got you. Do you think Vergil's power is on the level of those guys? Says Sean. I would say no because I don't think he's reached his full strength yet. But he's been knocking a lot of dudes out. Like Herrera was the most impressive one to me. Herrera hadn't been
Hell yeah,
stopped.
he folded him like a chair.
And dude, that was scary the way he took him out.
Yeah.
I was worried for Herrera. So I don't know, man. That's
Because he was hurt. Like he was already gone when he went down.
Yeah.
Just I hate those. Like those are scary to me when they're already like gone before they even go down. Like who did we recently see that like that?
Got folded.
That they went down like that. Who was it? We just saw it. I don't know. You know who else did that? Ramirez with Hooker. Like how Hooker was just like, and like he went, like that was scary to me. I don't like when they're already gone before they hit. Like that's just scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say right now, no for that question. But Vergil's gonna get better and stronger, so I think eventually he will get to that level.
Yeah, to me it's like scary that in
Power,
16 fights, you have 60 knockouts. That means like you have the fundamentals from like the get-go, like where you know how to put your punches together and like.
And we talked about a stablemate, right?
Yeah.
Hector Tanajara, who unfortunately didn't fight, but he's 19-0, only 5 knockouts, right?
Yeah.
So Vergil definitely has power,
yeah,
and it shows in his record.
And it's just like the overwhelming knockout power where the ref kind of has to just stop it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's it. You know, it's just.
A guy like Samuel Vargas is not gonna quit. He's not gonna go down.
Yeah.
Right? He's not gonna complain about it. When the doctors went to his corner, he was like a little pissed. He was like, "Man, leave me alone. I'm
He would
fighting."
have still kept going. That's scary, dude. That's that's hard. But yeah, he's just gonna get better. He's gonna, like you say, he's 22. He's still gonna get his man strength. You know, he's gonna get stronger and he's gonna get better.
Man, I'm 28 and I'm still trying to reach my full strength, man. Shit.
Man. Got 2 more chin-ups,
Guys,
bro.
we're talking about the Showtime fights, but you know what good fights coming at this month from Top Rank?
Oh, tell us.
Top rank? What's up?
Leonard Alvarez versus Leonard Alvarez versus
Joe Smith?
Jr.
Yeah.
That's a good ass fight.
Yeah, big
That's a good
boys.
fight. Those guys.
I feel like that's like a good ass fight for like that's one of the best fights they put on Top Rank during the quarantine.
Yeah.
That's some nice little light heavyweight action
Do you
right
have
there. I'm really excited for that one.
Do you have the date on that?
It's a 20. I gotta look at a fucking calendar.
Because the Ramirez one is 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Murataya brothers are on the undercard.
Yeah.
The teacher and his brother, they're going to be on that undercard. That's the 28th.
I think it's that same weekend. Yeah.
Mm.
That one, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that one's going to be good. Now, of course, a lot of, the casuals won't know who these guys are, but those who follow boxing know these
It's
guys.
the 28, I believe.
See, but I don't mind. I just want to see fights at this point. That's why I'm glad that, like, Danny Garcia's fighting Spence. We're going to get some good fights. October, Tank Davis against Leo Santa Cruz, pay-per-view. Nonito Donaire is also going to fight on these PBC cards.
Yeah.
So, man, I just want to see fights, honestly.
Damn, right now.
This year is kind of like a wash to me.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
care.
a throwaway year. It's a throwaway year. Now, if Leo
Throwaway round.
if Leo and freaking Tank right now fight, man, Leo gets him. You seen Tank on
Right now?
Instagram? You can go to
Bro, what's his name? Red Catch keeps
Yeah.
trolling him. He posted on, I think, one of Rolly's pictures. He's like, hey, where's the pregnant boy or something like that?
Dang, that's
Hey,
funny.
Rolly?
Pregnant boy. Oh, my Lord.
Hey, Rolly's is fighting soon, right? Isn't he getting like a title shot?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Rollies is funny.
Yeah, he's supposed to fight an undefeated fighter.
You guys seen that interview where they ask him like, Rollies, what are you gonna do when you fight somebody, that can take your punch, someone that can take your power? He's like, I'm gonna punch him again.
He's going to keep going. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Shout out Rollies.
Exactly. Where's he at?
Damn, background
I
noise.
heard Rolly's.
We're mean. We're mean.
Yeah. Shout out to Rollies.
Cool guy,
He's a good sport.
Rollies.
He's a good sport.
Hey man, he's 24 years old already.
Yeah. Oh,
How old is Ryan?
22.
22, I think.
Hey man, Rollies.
We get on it, man. Cash out. He's gonna wait like maybe a year or 2 more. 2 years. Try to catch. But yeah.
Oh man. What about? Let me ask you
We're
about this,
rude.
Lily. Luke Campbell against Ryan Garcia. They're saying it's official. They're saying it's not. They're saying I don't know what they're saying, but what do you think about
Well,
that
what
fight?
pissed me off is that the other day Oscar tweeted like, "Oh, let's stop with the bullshit and make that fight happen." Like, motherfucker, that's what we're telling you. Like,
That's what we're telling you.
who is it up to? Or like something like quit with the games and let's make it happen. Like, whose job is it to make it happen? Like, what's going on? At least give us some information, because just tweeting stuff like that, we're just like, who are you talking to? Like, what is going on? But I would love to see that fight. I think Campbell's really, he's a former Olympian, so he was underrated, and I think because I don't know, even Linares gave Linares a good fight, and even though Linares like dropped him, I think Campbell can do good against Ryan, but I think Ryan still, does what Ryan does.
Ooh, are you predicting a knockout, Lily, or no?
I think so. I think, but this one's gonna come later on, and I'm conflicted on that though. Don't quote me on it just yet. Let me, like Jill said, let's make it official, and then I'll I'll probably give a prediction. But because remember Carlos Morales, the solution, he gave Ryan a fucking run for his money.
Kind of made him look bad.
You know, the guy that.
But that's when Ryan was. There's a lot of doubts, right? There was a lot of questions there.
Like, this is before Canelo team.
I feel like he's
Ryan
improved
was
a lot.
looking at the clock the whole time, like waiting for the round to be over. He caught a lot of good shots by Morales, so
he seems like a different fighter to me. And I'm breaking my own rules because I predicted that he would knock out both Linares and Luke Campbell.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm crazy. Let me know in the comment section. I might be crazy for saying that, but I believe it.
Crazy for
I
feeling.
definitely think he has the capacity to.
Yeah.
I mean, that left
but
hook
I don't
is
think
just
it's
scary.
gonna be like right away, like he did Romero Duno. Like I don't think that's gonna be that fast.
The speed behind that left hook
is scary, man. Oh my god.
I still want to see that like I wish there was like an angle like from the bottom looking up, because that was a weird ass like knockout. Lo dejó todo pendejo, like he couldn't even get up, but I didn't really see the punch. Sean said, "Yeah, you're crazy," but just in general. He's like, just in general.
Go low, go.
Yeah, to me, like, those are good fighters. They don't make me. If I was like a Ryan Garcia, like, backer, like, those fights don't make me nervous as a Tank Davis fight, just because of the power. And I feel like Ryan, that chin. We haven't seen it get tested by someone with true power.
Yeah, we still gotta see someone test him. Yeah,
to me, it's more the heart.
Yeah,
right.
And we talked about it a little bit, right? We talked about
if he's bloodied, if it's the 10th round, if it's the 11th round, he's tired and bloodied and bruised eyes and eye sockets and broken nose. How is he gonna react? Yeah, that sounded a bit extreme, huh? But...
So Lily, we talked a little bit about this. Tell us your thoughts. So, I said on one of the previous podcasts that the Mexican-American fighter, when their hearts gets tested, it's a little bit different than when the Mexican fighter gets tested. And I've had this theory that maybe I don't think the Mexican-American fighter has the same upbringing. It's there's a difference, and I feel like when it gets down to those trenches, those moments, I think they fold a little bit quicker than the Mexican fighter. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think about shit like deep, and I think the reason for that is that even though here, you still got that Mexican blood in you, like everybody says that I got the Mexican blood in me, and you can mimic certain styles and you can grow up watching the actual, Mexican-born Mexicans and want to mimic their style, want to be like them.
Sounds like she's talking about
here. You always have a reason to just not fight and do something else with your life, right? If you're here, yes. Even though Polly doesn't think so, systemic racism exists, but I think people can still go do something else. They don't have to rely on boxing. Now, most Mexican fighters from Mexico, like that's what they do to provide for their families. That's what they do. They have to fight. They don't necessarily have the means to do anything else. And that's what makes them like be more rugged and be more like, oh, I'm gonna just last, and them lasting also gives them a better chance that they're gonna call them back for another fight, even if it's the guys that are just there to be the guys to lose. They're still gonna give a good fight, because most likely if they are a tough enough tests, they're gonna keep getting called back. So I think that's what it is. That the actual Mexican guys, they know that they have nothing else to turn to, so they're going to give it their all in boxing.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Nice. Well said. To me, I feel like I think Ryan's gonna come up. He's gonna come. That fight is gonna come down the road somewhere where he's gonna be tested, and I don't know. I think that's where his heart is gonna either, I don't know. I think there's that doubt, and some of the moments I thought about is maybe the La Hoya, maybe Victor Ortiz, or like that Mexican American fighter. They were thrown into the trenches and they had to dig deep, and I feel like that one of their sides kind of just bails them out. Like, you know what, I can do something else. For Victor,
I
it was
really wish we saw those
Mm-hmm.
those moments in boxing more though. Like, I know sometimes, like you said, they're gonna turn out either they're going to quit or they're going to crumble under pressure, or they're gonna rise like super victorious and they're gonna get respected even more. I don't care about the outcome. I just wish we saw those moments more where a guy is actually tested, because I don't think we see that enough anymore.
I don't think so. Do you think it has to do a little bit with the early, like the ref stopping it sooner than before, or what do you think that is?
Well, that and I guess we don't see as much good opposition, like actual test against somebody as often as we should either. But that's a good point too, yeah. Which I don't mind the ref stopping it, obviously, especially with everything that's happened. So
Yeah.
but it doesn't have to be like a fucking beating, you know what I mean? Like it could be competitive, like Triple J against Canelo in like the 10 to 12th round. Like that was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was back and forth nonstop, and even it wasn't just like putados a lo pendejo, but it was like still very calculated and still very busy. And you could tell both of the guys that they were their tougher competition for each other. And I love to see that. Like that gives me life, and I wish we saw that more often.
Yeah.
Where guys are like really in a competitive ass fight, because we always complain about the cherry picking, but I think it shouldn't be encouraged for like fighters to go ahead and go through those motions of being actually tested and not be scared to be fucking bullied online.
Yeah. Since right now we're in the topics of middleweights, Lily, what are your thoughts on Sergio Martinez's return? He is scheduled to fight in Madrid.
I don't like that.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, I love Martinez. Like that's one of my favorite fighters ever, and I don't want to see him get hurt. Me and you talked about this, Chris. Like I have never rewatched the Cotto fight. Like I can't watch that. It would hurt my feelings, and I'm not gonna do that to myself. And I don't think he should be doing that. And it makes me wonder, like, are you okay? Like, you need money? Like, why are you doing this? Exhibition fights, like whatever, cool. But actual like fights to where you're thinking of just coming back, I can't be behind that. I am scared that he's gonna get hurt.
I mean,
because he's not. Yeah. It's been inactive for so long, like years.
Yeah.
What helps him is I think he started late boxing.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe he didn't take as much punishment at another guy his age would. A guy who would start fighting, in the amateurs at 6, 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, right? Sparring since he's a kid. He started pretty late. So I think he has that to his advantage, but we'll see, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I think he doesn't want that to be his last memory. Of him in the ring being the way he went out. I don't see him fighting too many times, but maybe that's a spinita that he has.
Yeah.
Would you still watch him fight though, Lily? Like if it's already signed, sealed, and delivered, would you still pay to watch him?
Yeah, I'm gonna still watch it, but if he goes down, I'm gonna cry.
Oh.
Les aviso.
This is why I wasn't gonna watch it. You're gonna walk out.
I'll cry.
Sean says, going back to Campbell Garcia. Campbell is a Olympic gold medalist, and it's next level competition for Ryan. Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying Ryan is a better boxer, but I still think he catches him.
Yeah, no, definitely.
People don't see that punch coming.
Yeah, definitely. Campbell has the experience, on his side. He's been in the game longer. I really don't take that Olympic, all that too much to heart because the professional game is different.
Yeah, who's the guy who recently lost in his pro debut? I think he fought recently as well too. Yeah,
Robesi, the one that beat Shakur?
Knocked out, no, something like
that. He got dropped and then he lost. It's the Olympics. it's different than professional boxing. And so, you know, Campbell has had like his whole career, so where you can kind of like judge.
Yeah.
And he's come up short.
I don't give him that much credit for a gold medal unless you got 2. Unless you got 2, bam.
You gotta have 2.
Like Lomachenko, Rigo.
Rigo. That's why you're such a big fan of Rigo. That's the guy that came to my mind. I don't know who else has 2 gold medals.
Lomachenko.
I know. I'm just teasing this guy. Okay.
Lomachenko and Rigo both got 2 medals.
Other than those 2 guys, do you guys know anybody else that has 2 gold medals? Is it just those 2?
Clarissa, no?
I believe she does.
Well,
Clarissa.
Rodriguez has 2 gold medals. The guy that lost professionally.
Does he?
I think he's got 2.
Dude, I never watch Olympic boxing for some reason. I don't think they put it at the forefront. Like, you gotta dig deep into the channels to gotta stream it somewhere.
When the Olympics come on, I'm watching everything. Even sports I don't even know existed. I'm like watching all of it.
I mean, I do watch.
Yeah, I mess with the
but I like to see their faces. It's kind of weird with like seeing the headgear. It's like,
you want to see some blood?
Yeah, I want to see like, I don't know, that punch like really landing. But
yeah, I like watching gymnastics for some reason.
Yeah, that's
like,
cool.
I have no idea what they're doing.
Me too, for some reason.
Because
I
it's
have no
hard.
idea what they're doing, but it looks cool.
To me, it's like just because I know that they can fall and they can seriously hurt themselves, but for some reason they do pretty good. I like watching track and swimming. Swimming's cool. Yeah.
Water polo, swimming, soccer. I love
Water
the
polo.
soccer at the Olympics too.
Yeah.
I watch it all.
Yeah.
I watch it all.
To me, just soccer in the Olympics, it's cool, but I don't know. To me, it's like all about the World Cup and like major international tournaments. So Olympics is like, okay, it's all right.
I
know you like to watch basketball. Do you watch basketball for Olympics?
Yeah, but the other countries aren't always as good as the U.S. for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
if you invent the sport, you should be the best at it.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Any fights in particular that you're looking forward to, Lily?
I already said mine, the Smith and
Alvarez,
but I mean Teofimo, I wish makes that shit done. I think Charlo versus Derby. I'm fucking stoked for that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Banana and
the other Charlo.
Brain for right now, but
The twin.
yeah, I want to see Banana back in the ring.
Yeah. Okay. For me, it's Banana and then the Charlo, and for me, the one fighter I want to see is Lipinets. He's just that rock, and he has an exciting style. So his fight. Hopefully, he's fighting a good opponent that brings out some good in him. But yeah, for me, Errol Spence and Danny. These are named fighters. People know it's gonna be a good fight. Not sure if it's memorable. For some reason,
when's that fight happening?
Let's see.
September?
November, they're saying.
Damn.
November 21st.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a while from now.
Hey, I give him props for
En
signing,
tu casa,
Yeah.
en tu casa, Chris. We're gonna watch it at your house.
Yeah, November. Yeah.
I got
Otro
5 on it.
reventón.
I got 5 on it.
Otro reventón.
Tra.
Got some pizzas.
Hey. Yeah, we'll cook some. Should have a grill by then. A bigger one. So
Okay.
yeah.
Any fights you want to watch, Chris?
That would be the banana one. That one's
The
cool.
banana one?
Yeah, but Errol Spence and Danny for sure. I just want to see some build up, to fights. Hopefully they do like a little all access and stuff, and they can dive into whatever they're going on and like outside. But yeah, I actually like Danny. I hope he does well. The first half of his career, I didn't really like him. A lot of it had to do with his dad. A lot of it had to do with him not fighting the top guys and just saying he was the best. But towards the end of his career, he's been a little bit more laid back, funny. He gets to see his personality more. He doesn't take himself too seriously. He smiles. He's more happy. So I like that. So I'm hoping he does well because he has fought a lot of people now.
Like his Instagram posts?
They're funny, dude. His Cuban alter ego. It's just funny. Yeah. All right. No.
Yeah, the Zone hasn't they don't have anything lined up, huh?
They do. What are you talking about? There's fights Friday. There's fights every Friday right now. But Linares versus
Fortuna. Yeah.
Like también, I don't know. That's like the last one announced.
Yeah.
But he fights every Friday, but it's it's the UK people that we're not too
Oh,
very
that's right.
familiar with.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't even tuned into those.
Yeah.
They're British.
Yeah, Fight camp. See, Sean said it. Fight camp.
Fight camp.
That's they
Yeah.
had like Cheeseman on Saturday
Yeah, I wanna
afternoon,
watch,
and I was watching it. It was
I want to watch Katie Taylor
So,
against Delphine Pursoon. I
That
know
was gonna
that's
be
coming
good.
up.
That was gonna be good.
I
I
forgot
guess
the
I
date
think
that's coming
that's
up.
the one I'm most looking
Yeah.
forward
Yeah.
to, just based on the first one actually.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
thinking like California, the zone. For
California
some
the
reason,
zone.
I was just thinking.
He's
yeah.
like, man, that Brinches don't count. Yeah, no, honestly. Oh, we actually, Lily, we saw the sword fight, right? What did you think of
Yeah.
that fight?
he was sluggish. Like he had less accuracy. I'm not blame coronavirus and quarantine and lack of
Coronavirus.
sparring.
Yeah,
I think Chocolatito and us both beat this version of Sarungi that we saw on Saturday.
yeah.
Maybe
He
he
was-
was
he was-
trolling us, and he was like, "Let me get this 40-year-old man to put hands on me for a bit." So
He was also
confident,
fighting
and
a-
then they
a
come at
bigger-
me, and I fuck him up again.
Yeah.
Who
A
knows?
bigger opponent, right? He was also fighting a bigger opponent.
He's fighting a bigger opponent, but his opponent was 42 years old. Yet he had a lot of experience, and we saw that
a
in
lot
that
of prison
fight.
experience.
Yeah,
Right?
he had because he was fighting well. I was like, man, this guy's not fighting like your typical 42-year-old. Like this guy's actually like boxing sword and kind of making a miss here and there. And
Landing
Landing
massive, yeah,
shots and
massive
stuff.
shots.
I mean, Sword still kept coming forward, but you kind of just expected Sword to kind of just take over just based on who he's been in there with. And yeah, me and Lily were like, he didn't look too good, and so
His accuracy was like not
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
sluggishness. I can say that's inactivity and stuff.
yeah.
But he had like very low accuracy, and he usually lands most of the shot throws with bad intention. This one he was swinging, and the guy was like over there by the
Yeah.
time he was, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what happened there, buddy?
Yeah, they were fighting in Thailand. We were just joking like through that. The announcer was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
You saw it? Like he was translating, and then the other guy
Yeah.
was translating. But I was like, man, dude, just forget that guy. You translate. He was pretty good. And then I was telling Lily about how like, man, these announcers are pretty cool, man. They're getting that spotlight. You remember the one for Top Rank? He was pretty funny from Mexico.
Yeah.
That guy was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to find his name because I know I've seen him in the soccer shows, and he's done a lot of the soccer games for Mexican League.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find his name. That guy was really good.
That guy's entertaining. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, hope this kind of just makes it a little bit more interesting. On Chocolatito's side, I think like Lily said, Chocolatito kind of he beats this Sword. So yeah, I can't wait to see that fight next year if it comes to fruition.
Yep. And then they're also
Well, I think it's Estrada and Chocolatito that's the
gotta do first.
because they both have.
Belts, yeah. So Sword's on the outside looking in.
Yeah, at this point,
yeah,
I think Cuadras wanted a rematch with
Ooh. I like
Oh,
Cuadras.
with
they-
either one of them too.
Yeah.
I just want us back too. I love him.
He beat Sorunvisa.
He beat
Who did he
Chocolat-
beat? He beat Chocolatito, huh?
Who,
In
Cuadras?
my
Cuadras?
opinion,
No, no.
he
I don't
did,
think so.
but
Who did he beat? Did he beat
Not a-
us? He beat Estrada, no?
I don't think
no,
so.
Estrada beat. It was a close fight, but then Estrada caught him and dropped him. I think in the 7th round, and that was basically the deciding factor. It was a close fight, but Gallo won. That was a good ass fight though. That was super fight, no?
Yeah, I think so. I
Or
mean,
yeah, super fight too.
he's lost to
I think.
Estrada, to Chocolatito, and to McWilliams Arroyo. Those are his 3 losses. But
Yeah, he I didn't him against McWilliams Arroyo, but that was when he was able.
well, he's still in that mix. He can make some good paydays still. See what
I
happens.
love him.
You seen Gio? Yeah.
What's up? Yeah, I'm looking
Oh,
at his
you know
box
what?
rec. He beat Sorunvisa,
He beat-
right? Yeah, because he's under a different name.
Oh yeah,
Sorunvisa's
that's
not
right.
his real name.
He beat
He's
Sword.
in like wing
back-
walk something.
Weak Saxil Wang.
Wing walk kick.
Wixaxil
Yeah,
Wangek.
see, he beat Sorunvisa. That's what I thought.
Damn, how did he go from Wixaxil Wangek to Soror like Wixai? That's crazy.
The second song where we sang, and then we cut thing.
Si saque. Yeah.
Oh my God, who saying that? Was it you on Saturday that was like, oh, wrong beside somebody? It's wrong beside left. That he looked sluggish because he just left by his wife. That his wife left him,
What?
and that's why he looked like shit. They're like, how do you leave with a guy when he's like roaming through trash? You break up with him when he's like he was a world champion.
Okay, that wasn't me that said that, but now I'm kind of interested because, man, I am a big believer, like, stuff outside of the ring, people don't know, man, but that shit does affect you. Like, these are not robots that go in there. These are people, man. Like, they got problems too, so.
But that wouldn't that want to make you knock the other dude just out? Just because you're so frustrated and you want to get all that anger out?
I mean, but that could also work
against you. But I guess people
you.
channel it in different ways.
Yeah,
I
think that can also work against you. You're really passionate, your anger take over. That's exactly how he looked. I was like, that the other guy was just, more calm, boxing in. So, damn, we got to find out. We're going to have to do some digging, see what happened. But, no, I'm a big believer that stuff outside can really affect the boxer inside. So, yeah, we'll see.
That's what Teofimo said happened with him, with his, with the tall age that he fought. That's when he had got married and his sister and his mom didn't show up at him because they didn't like his girlfriend or something. So he was going through a lot. And that must be tough. So I believe him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been married, so I don't know what it feels like.
Yeah. Amir Khan's always had like family troubles, man. So can't blame that. That's
bro, you can't go one episode without mentioning Amir Khan for some reason. What is it, man?
He's the one that had so much promise, and it just didn't happen. Oh well.
Imagine I thought he was gonna. Wasn't he like 2007 prospect of the year or something like that?
Yeah, he was. The speed. Again, it's that speed, man.
13 years ago.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. That's the thing with speedsters. You got so much speed, but you leave that chin open. Somebody with good timing can catch you. So that's the one thing Brian has to worry about. So, yeah.
All right, we're about an hour 30 in, man.
Yeah.
Any last stuff y'all want to mention? I saw Chavez was going to face El Travieso once again.
Again?
Yeah.
Again,
third time.
Oh, those are so fucking funny. I love those fights.
Is it true that Chavez Jr. is going to be on the undercard of that?
Damn.
I saw somebody post
Supposedly,
that.
I've been hearing about that too.
Yeah, there's going to be like pay-per-view or
His
something.
dad's probably training way harder than he is.
I could see Chavez Jr. and Andy fighting 10, 15 years from now. Like on a Legends card, 200 plus heavyweights. But
oh my God.
I could see that happening, man.
You know what nobody's talking about is Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. They're actually fighting on that Mexican Independence Day weekend.
What?
It was September 12th.
Oh, yeah, pause that.
Yeah.
Man.
So they're taking that date.
That's cool. I want to see this. I want to see if like Mike So has got that power to drop him.
Yeah, so they're saying no headgear and 12-ounce gloves. That's what Roy said on that Breakfast Club interview, which is, ooh, man, it might get dangerous.
I wonder
up
what
in
brought
there.
this on. Like, who the fuck thought about it? Like, who did this?
I mean, somebody saw Mike Tyson getting into like the best shape he's been in years, and then freaking Roy always wants to fight. He just won't retire, or he does, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he said he wanted to fight Mike when he won the world heavyweight title, but Mike retired at the time.
Dang.
And he said, now is a chance. They called me, and I said yes. So
Roy's a real one, but that's very risky. Damn. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. Shit, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Interesting.
I am excited for that one, though. I am. Mike Tyson.
You excited for the undercard?
I don't even know who's on the undercard. I don't even know who's on the undercard.
Nate Robinson.
Oh, man.
And the one of the Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm. Yeah. So I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, that's all I got, man. What else you got, Lily? Are you
Any
gonna bring the
plugins?
podcast back?
I might, but I don't know. I'm still thinking
or like
about
live
it.
streams, or
I might do like streams, yeah, probably. But I might if I can like I don't know. I get shy. It's more fun to cast with other people. When you do shit by yourself, it feels like you're just talking to yourself. It's just you feel corny as fuck.
Yeah, to me, I think you do a great job at it, like by yourself. Like we said it before, I don't think I'd be able to do that live by myself. Like it's good, it's cool bouncing off, but like with the live, you get a lot of good questions. You know, you can bounce off and
Yeah. I love the live streams because people are interactive. And like if even by myself, I basically, you know, require the comments so that I can talk because too awkward to just be like, well, let me see what else do I think on this? Like if you give me shit, then I'll be like, oh, let me talk about that. So I kind of rely on the comments a lot.
Yeah.
Be doing stuff and talking. So
Yeah, but you got
We'll
the whole
see,
setup
though.
right there, huh? You got the little keyboards over
Yeah,
there with the buttons and all that.
yeah, to this day, I
this
want
day.
to like get more sound bites. Like I want to the commentary ones, but I have to like go the fights. I mean, YouTube the fights, download it, and try to like clip it, and it's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know what I do?
I want like all the cool
I do-
sound bites.
I do it like ghetto style. I just record it with my phone. I recorded my phone,
I don't think that's gonna sound right.
and then I edit it, and then I just clip and put it up there. That's what I do. Easy.
Yeah. there
Like
you
I
go.
want that one on God, and then I don't even know who them is.
Man.
That's my favorite one. I want like a whole section dedicated to just shit bro Mike Tyson. said.
Damn,
Man.
for real.
Yeah. For me, last plugin, just I had to, you know, pick a fight for everybody to see would be that Pearsoon versus you know,
Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor. I think
Yeah.
everybody should see that fight.
You
Not
know,
just supporting women's boxing, but you're gonna get a great fight. Their
hopefully, yeah.
styles are just, you know, great for each other, and more importantly, like the heart that they put in, you know, when they fight. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. So I'll definitely host that one for sure.
Lily, before we get out of here, let me ask you about Siniesa Estrada. 7 seconds. What was your take on that?
It's weird because Sinesa did what she do. You know, like she was there. She threw, what was it, like one combination and the girl was out, one or two. But damn, like that match is ass. When you think about when you look at the box rec of the other girl, like she had 5 fights.
5 knockouts.
It was against other girls who had not fought anybody either. So I think she was also like kind of like a late replacement.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. But at the level like that
42 years old.
is, she shouldn't have been in that ring with her. You know, Saniesa is and we can, you know, bring up how women's boxing, there's a huge different caliber of opponents, and there's an obvious like, oh, there's girls up here and girls here. But that could have ended very badly. And again, I can see why people are upset. I don't think people should be upset at Saniesa. Like she did what she had.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the commission wasn't it. Someone could have gotten, and then it was her son that was her trainer. So I was like, shit. And they only $10K.
Only $10K. I was gonna ask you, like,
Wait.
how much was she paid?
Hey.
She got paid $10,000.
Disrespectful.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, well, it was only 7 seconds, but fuck, could have died. Like,
Yeah. The fuck.
that's crazy. Like, I hope Oscar gave another 10K on top of that, just for that, for their fucking life at risk.
I've never seen someone just not leave their corner.
Yeah.
She took maybe 2
2
steps forward.
I know. She
I've
just
never
froze up.
seen that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a little weird.
Yeah, and I think like looking back, when you watch the replays and you see her like body language, you know that she's scared shit.
Yeah, she looks scared. Like, just totally froze up. You know, at least someone that, you know, doesn't stand like a chance. At least they throw something to maybe try to get lucky. She just did nothing. Yeah.
She threw like a half a punch. This. She's like, And Sanisa like literally obliterated her. Like, I don't.
Would you do it for 10K,
I'm pretty sure
Lily?
she feels bad.
Would you do it for 10K?
Shit, Sanisa can knock me out. Not for
There you
10K
go.
though.
She said not 10K.
Shit, I'll take it.
Not 10K. Give me like 25.
Teofimo,
down payment on a
over
house.
here.
Yo,
They put a down payment on a
why are you
fucking
facing
house.
yourself out, Lily?
Getting knocked out by Ceniza.
Teofimo over
No,
here.
but I mean, I
Honestly-
would have to lose like 50 pounds. Ceniza's like, what, 105?
Damn.
I'm Canelo weight right now. Fucking quarantine. I'm Canelo weight. I'm Canelo catch weight right now. I'm 55.
How much
Que
would you
pongan con Clarissa, que Clarissa me meta una putiza.
like Clarissa? Damn, man, that's underpaid right there. That's messed up.
Yeah, 10K.
Por lo menos like 30K at least.
Yeah.
That's enough to buy
Especially if you're going to get
car.
like, that's dangerous. What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do with
Hell no.
10K? The fuck?
Nothing. That's what.
Is that what you mean?
You can't even buy a car with that.
That's
What can you do with 10K?
What can you do with 10K?
Buy
When
Homeboy's
you're
car.
single, probably. I have 2 fucking kids.
You can buy
It's
Homeboy's
nothing
car
to
from
me.
the comment section.
I can't like do any 10K.
Shit.
I need 25. So at
least
least
20
I
at
can
least 20.
put
Yeah, at
fucking
least
down payment.
At least a quarter. At least a quarter. Because it's going to dime.
These guys, you see these guys? They're criticizing Teofimo earlier. No sé qué tanto. No.
So I wonder how much she got paid for her 5 fights, man. You see, you gotta kind of go and see if it adds up. Watch her already paid like $5 grand, $7 grand, $8 grand.
I think when you're starting up, they pay you by the round. I think so the flat fee and or like by the rounds, something like that. I think.
I heard that they get paid 800
Every
1K.
time you-
Like it's not a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, in retrospect,
like
like
5,000 at most.
if I'm highly skilled and I beat somebody like in 2 rounds and I get paid like $800, like I was like, okay, I just got paid $800 to beat somebody up.
For 8 minutes. Yeah.
For
It's not
8
bad.
minutes. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Then somebody beats me up, I'm like, oh, man, at least I got a $200 check.
Yeah, like Sean, gosh, you probably got 250 around. Yeah, I had heard that guys
Okay.
like
Something like that.
and people starting up in boxing, they get paid by like rounds.
We're gonna start being nosy. We're gonna start asking these fighters how do you
Scheduled rounds.
at All Star.
They're gonna be like, get the fuck off my business.
Don't tell them. You don't need to know.
Yeah,
We'll send
None of your
Sean. Sean will
business.
find
My
out.
pockets
Yeah.
are none of your business.
Sean knows people.
Sean knows. Sean knows numbers.
Sean's a smart one here.
There you go. Yeah, he's our. We're gonna ask Sean to be our numbers guy.
Analytics.
Yeah, analytics.
All right, I think 137, man. I think
Yeah,
it's
let's call it.
time to get out. Dang, 9:56.
Woo! Damn.
We did it, guys. We did it. All right, before we get out of here, before we let Lily plug in her stuff, I want to send a big shout out to Puro Golpe. Visit their shop at www.purogolpe.com. Follow them at Puro Golpe. Check them out, man. Esto es pelear. And yeah, I think that's all I got, man. If you guys are new to listening to this channel, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And follow us at Againstdaropes. Chris, you got anything?
No, for me, just thank you, Lily, for joining us. It's always nice talking boxing to you.
Yeah, we got to do this more often, huh?
We do. Yep.
People get tired of us.
Yes, like the old days. No, I'm mad at you guys. Really, I
Oh.
forgot to tell you guys on Saturday.
Damn. What
Maybe
happened?
because Jill wasn't there. But you guys got a little 100 episode and looking back, and you guys supposed to say everybody, but when I was on your fucking podcast every other week,
She was there almost
and
every
you didn't
other
even
week.
post me. You guys only posted everybody else.
I don't blame Gio. Gio does
I
that.
was like, okay.
Oh, that's the
I'm all right, I see you. I was like, I see you guys. Okay, see you.
the guests.
Yeah, they say you haven't put her on, bro. You gotta
Oh,
splice it and add her.
well,
Like a collage of everybody in the 100
Yeah.
episodes.
I try to just put like
And you didn't me on it.
professionals.
I
and
was like,
trainers.
I was like, okay,
I knew somebody
see.
was gonna say that, dude. So, see, I have an
Tell
alibi.
him, Lily. Tell him.
It was
I
only
was
professional.
like, okay, they Cynthia there, but not me, even though
Oh,
me and Cynthia are cool and
shit.
shit. I was like, okay.
Oh man, see now
I
I,
was like,
gotta
I
redo
see.
it because Sean said the same thing.
Because at first I'm like, maybe he just fighters. I'm like, maybe he just put fighters. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
But
then
Cynthia,
she's-
I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait
I'm
a
like,
minute. Cynthia don't throw no punches.
See, and when I
all
wrote
right,
her,
that's-
when I wrote her name, I'm like, I wonder if people are gonna give me shit for this because other media people are gonna be like, I'm media
I'm like,
too.
You know what? I'm gonna allow
I'm
her,
like,
Lily. Right now, you got him against the ropes. You're letting him, he's taking necessary punishment, but I'm going to let it continue. He's got to show me something. He's bobbing and weaving.
I see, okay. I was like, okay, I see it. I see you. But no, I'm just kidding. Like, I love doing this, and it's always, like I tell you guys, more fun when it's other people. So please, I'm not doing it right now in quarantine. So
hey, there you go.
Do this shit all day.
Next week, same time, Chris?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be late again?
Nah, should be good. Should be good. Should be good. Oh, actually, we might be late. I'll tell you why. There's a boxing class outside of my work. I went to kind of promote our channel, talk to them about our podcast. They're like, you know what? We're gonna give you a discount. Bring your buddy in. It's like a drop-in class. And I was like, okay, I'll let him know. See, so Lily, you could join us too. It's on Cherry Street. So it'd be cool to go.
Here in Long Beach?
Yeah, right there on Cherry and Ocean. It's a little boxing class. We could just drop in.
When?
Como a las 6. 6.
When? Tomorrow?
They do it every day. So I'll let you know.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk outside the podcast and see when we get together.
We'll text. People don't even know our business.
Yeah.
All right, Lily, where can we find you? Where can we follow you? And all that good stuff.
You can follow me here on YouTube, just Xicana Boxing, how it's spelled on how Gio put it on there. Just put that, and that's the most of what I care about, just here on YouTube. And then Instagram, I just have Billy Ho Saunders if you want to follow me on there.
Yeah.
But it's like Billy Joe, but just with an A instead of a J. And that's it. Twitter I have, but it's really hard to spell it. So I'm just
They could find you if they want to,
like
man.
this for now.
If you really want to find
Yeah,
her, you'll find her. Right?
Yeah.
All right, take us out, Chris.
Again, guys, this is episode 103. Thank you for supporting us with all these episodes. We thank everybody that's been on our show. We can have plenty more guests in the next coming 100, and just can't wait to see what's next. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys checked it live, thank you. If you're watching the replay, thank you as well. We're out. Peace.
To this day. Michael, you already know I'm a fun guy.
Hola amigos, soy Juan Francisco Garcia. Quiero mandar un saludo para mis amigos de Contra las Cuerdas. Échenle muchas ganas. Un abrazo, muchas bendiciones.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. You know what mine is? Let's box, bitches. It's almost fight night.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you for the support. Keep doing your thing. You're doing a great job. So thank you and best wishes.
Against the Ropes. Huge shout out to Against the Ropes. Against the Ropes.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you guys for the interview, and hope to see you guys soon.
Against the Ropes, always doing the right thing.
Shout out to Against the Ropes, man. I appreciate you guys for having me, taking the time on y'all day.
Against the Ropes, #1.
Freddie Roach.
Thank you very much.